Hello, world champions. I'm John Ward, and this is Breaking News with John Ward Breaking News. Breaking news! An internal audit has found that the state of California has spent $24 billion on welfare programs over the past 5 years to combat its growing homelessness problem, and now has more homeless people than ever, while at the same time, oopsie, forgetting to track the data or constructing any meaningful way to measure the program's success. About 10 of the $24 billion is just straight up unaccounted for. It, quote, could not be evaluated due to lack of data, and the, quote, California Interagency Council on Homelessness, which oversees the implementation of the homelessness programs, hasn't tracked spending or whether programs were working since June 2021, the first and only time it ever, quote-unquote, checked, because the council has no consistent method to collect outcome data for these programs, and it doesn't verify the accuracy of the data submitted by municipalities. Furthermore, the state database includes deleted records and test entries, and some data on the number of program participants might be overstated, the audit found. Said more plainly, California allocated $24 billion of taxpayer money to welfare programs for the homeless, but said programs have zero requirement to either track spending or measure success. What we can track are the rough number of homeless in California over this time period, which increased to an all-time high at just under 200,000 people, or roughly the city of Akron, where LeBron James is from, being transplanted to California, except every single resident is homeless. California's response? Quote, Megan Marshall, who heads the council, agreed with the audit's findings and vowed to implement its recommendations where possible. She also noted that the council has limited resources to put toward collecting data and that lawmakers had only required it to complete a one-time assessment. In response to questions from the Associated Press, the council said local governments also need to step up. Quote, the state auditor's findings highlight the significant progress made in recent years to address homelessness at the state level, including the completion of a statewide assessment of homelessness programs. But it also underscores a need to continue to hold local governments accountable, who are primarily responsible for implementing these programs and collecting data on outcomes that the state can use to evaluate program effectiveness. So we come to understand the agreement between state and local politicians in California, where state hands local $24 billion with either the requirement to do a single audit in 2021, now 3 years ago, or they don't need to do an audit at all. What they also don't need to do is track spending or, the real kicker, actually help homeless people. Actually helping homeless people is not a requirement to get $24 billion to help homeless people. So when you get it, make sure you make up for this by not tracking it in any way whatsoever. Predictably, all of the money vanishes, then the blame game begins. Local blames state for not legislating a procedure for audits, and state blames local for following the state's direction to not audit. And just like that, we've forgotten where $24 billion of taxpayer money has gone. Perhaps a question for California Governor Gavin Newsom, or his extended family member / California politician / most successful stock trader of all time, Nancy Pelosi. That's it for today. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and consider supporting this channel through Patreon, one-time donations, the merch store, original music, or John's new book, all of which can be done at johnwardcinematics.com. I'm John Ward, and until next time, remember, you're a world champion. Don't let your memes be dreams.
Fucking shit, smoking timelines lit. Oh,